Hey guys, what's up? I was reading the news this morning and I came across this article talking about the increase of mass shooting threats since the shootings in El Paso and Dayton, Ohio. Now, both of those situations are bad, and it's just kind of a coincidence that those happened like 2 weeks or a week and a half after the Democratic debates, which the debates were full of empty promises: Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad, free this, free that, I'm more Democrat liberal than you, blah, 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 blah. Into talking points, nothing but a clown show. Anyways, I feel like the next Democratic debates is going to be all about gun control because they have no other thing to talk about. They never have, never will. All they want to do is control you. They don't care about firearms. It makes them money. The anti-gun lobby is twice as big as the gun lobby, and it's very, very interesting to see where our nation's going. Nonetheless, I came across this article this morning talking about the increase of mass shooting threats, and they were kind of including like the kid in Missouri, and then there was like 20 or 30 incidents or possible mass shooting cases across the country, including like Hawaii, and they were kind of counting the kid in Missouri, and I think in Kansas City, Missouri, on the Missouri side, last week there were two guys who went into Walmart open carrying the pistols. Now, while I can still carry 95% of the time, I do open carry occasionally, but they are open carrying. They went to the sporting goods counter to get some ammunition to go target shooting, and somebody saw them, and they called the cops on them, i.e. swatting. It's not illegal to open carry in Missouri. A lot of the Midwest is full of people who carry rifles or handguns, whatever it be. And anyways, they were basically, detained, not arrested, but detained and then let go because they were simply there just getting ammunition. Not a big deal. But it's funny how the media will take a story like that, an incidents like that, mark them down in their books as possible mass shooting incidents, and then the Democrats will use that for anti-gun measures. They'll take that and run and then share that information with their fellow Democrats, even though it's false, and then they try to make an argument out of it in the end. On top of that, I just came across another article. I stopped to get some food way back here, and the article was talking about this guy now I didn't read all of it, but basically what it was the headline said, man threatens restaurant that he worked at to kill them all, more or less. Horrible thing to happen, right? I don't know the exact backstory of the situation because I didn't read the entire story, but what I got was, I did read the story, but what I got from it was a clickbait title and then a clickbait picture. And the picture that was on the headline from CNN, of all places, was of like 15 or 20 ammunition cans all up on the ground, opened up with, boxes of ammunition and stuff. And then there was a couple of pistols and a couple of rifles, probably from a red flag type law, raid type thing. Because they don't want to come for your guns, but they're definitely going to raid your house after something you said, which it could have been a credible thing. But I like how they put all this stuff out there, and then comments come in, and people are like, there's no reason why you need that many guns. There's no reason why you need that much ammunition. That's ridiculous. That kind of also goes to the line of, there was a kid, I can't remember, he had said something on Facebook or somewhere on social media, and the police raided his house, and there was a .22 rifle in the house and 10,000 rounds of ammunition. And man, the liberal Democrat anti-gun side flew with that story and shared it like crazy, or whatever the gist of the story was. 10,000 rounds of ammunition. I'm sitting there thinking, I've got 10,000 rounds of ammunition in my car right now. Of course, it's .22, but 10,000 rounds? That's not a whole lot when you got a couple of 5,000 round buckets and it's .22. But that number is inflated on headlines to rally people up, and it really gets their blood a-going, boils it up, and just right there. It's very interesting to see that happen. And then the stories just keep on being shared, and the misinformation is just flowing left and right, which is not good for a time like today, where there are threats of mass violence, whether it be with a knife, as in a couple weeks in California, or a firearm, or a car, or a bomb. And you know, I came across, this is a good thing the other day, I came across this comment on a fellow friend's Facebook page from a guy. He says, gun control could work if the Republicans and the conservatives would just let it happen. It would work, and we wouldn't have these incidents anymore. Well, you're wrong, because we had an assault weapons ban from 1994 to 2004, and within that ban, crime did not decrease. Crime actually increased. The form of the crime happening may have, kind of lowered off without firearms, but it definitely increased crime across the board. But then his other analogy, or incident that he had, was, after Timothy McVeigh used diesel fuel and fertilizer to blow up the building in Oklahoma City, the government put tighter restrictions on fertilizer and the amount of fertilizer and the licensing and stuff, which is correct, right? But that still didn't stop bombings. Bombings still happen. I mean, look at Boston. Okay, that was just a couple of years ago. I have a couple friends who were there. It's pretty fresh in their head still. Every time there's a loud boom, I mean, you got that PTSD from that. But to say because the government put restrictions on stuff like fertilizer because it could be used for for a bomb, doesn't make it go away. Evil still exists, and bombing still happen. So if you put restrictions on the Second Amendment and firearms, evil still exists, and crime and violence will still go on. I talked about that in one of my last videos. Evil doesn't care, and neither do criminals. So anyways, keep calm and carry on, guys. See you later.